Welcome to our College Briefing show, where we dive into the fascinating and ever-evolving world of college life, from groundbreaking initiatives to the high-stakes world of college sports. Today, we've got a lineup of stories that are as diverse as they are thought-provoking, so let's get started. First up, we're taking you down under to the University of Melbourne, where a novel fellowship program is making waves in the publishing world. This initiative is all about bringing Indigenous narratives to the forefront of global publishing, challenging the norms and emphasizing the importance of authenticity over marketability. Imagine Indigenous authors and publishers getting a 6-month deep dive into the Western publishing industry, all while sharing their rich storytelling traditions. It's a refreshing step towards embracing diversity in literature, and frankly, it's about time. Switching gears to health, we've got some news that might make you want to snuff out that cigarette for good. A study led by German Carasquilla from the University of Copenhagen has shed light on how smoking can significantly impact abdominal fat, specifically the nasty kind that wraps around your organs. If you're looking for another reason to quit, pondering the effects on your body's fat distribution might just be it. It's not just about looking good, it's about keeping those internal organs happy and healthy. On the international stage, China is making strategic moves, reaching out to key partners around the globe amidst growing tensions and shifting alliances. From high-level engagements with North Korea to meetings with leaders from Vietnam, Russia, and even Taiwan's former president, China is busy reinforcing its relationships. It's a fascinating dance of diplomacy and a clear signal that in the complex world of international politics, alliances and partnerships are constantly evolving. Each of these stories, from the empowering literary initiative in Melbourne to the health implications of smoking and the intricate ballet of global diplomacy, showcases the rich tapestry of our world. They highlight the challenges, opportunities, and dynamic changes shaping our societies. So, whether you're a book lover, health enthusiast, or geopolitical aficionado, there's something here for everyone. Please stay tuned for more detailed content on these stories. In the world of literature and publishing, a groundbreaking initiative has emerged from the University of Melbourne, aiming to weave Indigenous narratives into the fabric of mainstream Western publishing. As reported by the New York Times, this innovative fellowship program is designed to bridge the gap between Indigenous authors and the global publishing landscape. Over a 6-month period, Indigenous writers and publishers are given a unique opportunity to delve into the intricacies of the Western publishing industry while imparting their own rich storytelling traditions and perspectives. This initiative challenges the conventional norms of publishing, emphasizing the importance of the author's voice and narrative authenticity over mere marketability. It's a step towards redefining success in publishing, recognizing the value of diverse storytelling that honors time, relationships, power, and agency from an Indigenous viewpoint. Switching gears to health, the BBC sheds light on a compelling study led by German Carasquilla, an associate professor at the University of Copenhagen, which unveils the stark impact of smoking on abdominal fat. Unlike the more visible subcutaneous fat, visceral fat wraps around the internal organs and is significantly influenced by smoking habits. This research underscores the profound and often underestimated effects of smoking on the body's fat distribution, particularly in the abdominal area, offering yet another reason for individuals to reconsider their smoking habits for the sake of their health. On the geopolitical front, Nikkei Asia reports a flurry of diplomatic activity from China, seemingly in response to the United States bolstering its alliances with Japan and the Philippines. In a strategic move, Chinese officials have embarked on a series of high-profile visits and meetings with leaders from North Korea, Vietnam, Russia, Micronesia, and even Taiwan's former president Ma Ying-jeou. These efforts are interpreted as China's attempt to reinforce its relationships with key partners around the globe amidst growing tensions and shifting alliances. Notably, Zhao Leji's visit to Pyongyang represents the highest-level engagement between China and North Korea since the COVID-19 pandemic began, signaling a deepening of ties. Meanwhile, Chinese President Xi Jinping's encounters with leaders from Vietnam, Russia, and Micronesia emphasize a shared commitment to safeguarding socialist systems and promoting the interests of the global South. This diplomatic blitz underscores China's strategic positioning and its desire to maintain influence and stability in a rapidly evolving international landscape. Each of these stories, from the empowering initiative at the University of Melbourne to the health implications of smoking and the intricate dance of international diplomacy, highlights the complex interplay of culture, health, and global politics in today's world. They reflect the ongoing challenges and opportunities that arise as societies strive for greater understanding, healthier lifestyles, and a more balanced geopolitical environment. Whether it's through giving voice to Indigenous authors, shedding light on the health risks of smoking, or navigating the delicate web of international relations, these narratives underscore the multifaceted nature of our global community. In the bustling streets of Japan, where the neon lights never dim, a silent crisis is unfolding, one that poses a significant threat to society. According to a stark warning from Dr. Masashi Yanagisawa, director of the International Institute for Integrative Sleep Medicine at the University of Tsukuba, Japanese people are facing a sleeplessness crisis. As reported by the South China Morning Post, this lack of sleep is not just a personal inconvenience but a societal catastrophe waiting to happen. The Ministry of Health's report from February, urging the public to get more bed rest, seems to have barely scratched the surface of this deep-seated issue. Dr. Yanagisawa believes that a more comprehensive education program is crucial to combat this crisis. The statistics are indeed alarming. A study by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development revealed that Japan ranks lowest in sleep duration among 33 surveyed nations, with an average sleep time of just 7 hours and 22 minutes a night. Furthermore, Japan's health ministry reports that a staggering 37.5% of men and 40.6% of women get less than 6 hours of sleep a night on average. The consequences of this sleep deprivation are severe, ranging from reduced mental and physical health, poorer performance at work or school, to an increased risk of depression, cancer, cardiovascular diseases, damage to the immune system, and infections. While Japan grapples with its internal challenges, its global diplomatic and economic engagements continue to flourish. An interesting development on this front is Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's visit to North Carolina, as covered by the Associated Press. This visit is not just a mere diplomatic formality but a significant event that highlights Japan's status as the state's largest foreign investor. During his trip, Kishida is set to visit 2 Japanese companies and North Carolina State University, culminating in a historic lunch at the governor's mansion, the first visit by a foreign head of state since 1891. This visit underscores the deep economic ties between Japan and North Carolina, where about 30,000 state residents work for Japanese companies. It also signals a positive future partnership between Japan and the U.S., further cementing the importance of international relations in today's interconnected world. On a different note, the world of sports, particularly basketball, is witnessing a remarkable transformation, as highlighted by the Washington Post. Kentucky basketball is in search of a new coach, one who embodies stature, suavity, and strategic dexterity, all qualities epitomized by Dawn Staley. Staley, a towering figure in women's basketball, represents what Kentucky has been lacking. The women's game is currently experiencing unprecedented growth, both in terms of popularity and the quality of coaching personalities it attracts. Staley's potential involvement with Kentucky basketball could signify a pivotal moment for the sport, showcasing the rising prominence and influence of women in basketball. From the sleepless nights in Japan to the diplomatic corridors of North Carolina, and the basketball courts of Kentucky, these stories weave together a tapestry of global and local narratives. They highlight the multifaceted challenges and opportunities facing society today, from health and well-being to international relations and sports. Each story, in its own way, underscores the importance of addressing societal issues, fostering positive international partnerships, and celebrating the achievements and potential of individuals in various fields. In a fascinating revelation that bridges the gap between ancient and modern, The Independent reports on a study that unveils Neanderthals' surprisingly sophisticated living arrangements. Nestled in the northwestern Italian site of Rippero Bombrini, researchers have unearthed artifacts and spatial patterns that echo our own. It appears that, much like us, Neanderthals divided their living spaces into areas of high and low activity, suggesting a shared cognitive capacity for organizing their environments. This discovery challenges the primitive image often cast on these ancient relatives, highlighting a nuanced similarity in the way both Neanderthals and Homo sapiens approached their daily lives. Yet, intriguing differences in site usage hint at the unique adaptations and lifestyles that distinguished the two populations. Meanwhile, in the world of academia and professional development, Yahoo US shines a light on a groundbreaking initiative at the University of Pittsburgh. The university's dentistry apprenticeship program has proudly seen its first cohort of 6 students graduate, marking a significant step forward in diversifying the field of dental care. This innovative program targets underrepresented minorities, offering them not only training as dental assistants but also the opportunity to earn while they learn. With 60 new slots open for aspiring dental professionals, the program promises a blend of 4 months of intensive training followed by a year of practical experience at an employer-sponsored site. This pioneering approach not only breaks down barriers to entry in the dental field but also paves the way for a more inclusive healthcare landscape. On the ice, the Associated Press reports a thrilling victory in the world of college hockey. Boston College, carrying the banner as the #1 seed in the NCAA tournament, skated to a commanding 4-0 win over Michigan in the Frozen Four semifinals. The game was a showcase of talent and teamwork, with freshman sensation Will Smith netting 2 goals, and Cutter Gauthier, the nation's leading scorer, adding to the tally with his 38th goal of the season. This victory propels Boston College into the national championship game against Denver, where they will vie for their 6th title in program history and their first since 2012. The team's remarkable journey this season not only highlights the individual prowess of players like Smith and Gauthier but also underscores the collective spirit and determination that define championship-caliber teams. Each of these stories, from the ancient living spaces of Neanderthals to the modern achievements in education and sports, reflects a common theme of progress and innovation. Whether it's uncovering the sophisticated spatial organization of our ancient relatives, breaking new ground in professional training programs, or striving for excellence on the ice, there's a shared drive towards betterment and understanding. These narratives not only celebrate achievements across diverse fields but also remind us of the endless potential for human growth and discovery. In the heart of Terre Haute, Indiana, a storm brewed within the tranquil campus of Indiana State University, catapulting it into the national spotlight. The cause? A video that sliced through the digital ether with the sharpness of a knife, bearing remarks so racially charged they set the university's ethos of inclusivity aflame. The video, as reported by Yahoo US, featured a student whose identity remains shrouded in anonymity, launching a vitriolic critique against Beyoncé's latest musical venture, the Cowboy Carter album. The backlash was swift and fierce, with the Indiana State University NAACP Executive Committee and the African Student Union standing in staunch opposition to the sentiments expressed. Amidst the uproar, the university issued a statement, emphasizing its unwavering commitment to fostering a nurturing environment, a sanctuary for diversity and understanding, a stark contrast to the divisive tones of the video. Meanwhile, in a different sphere of society, the Australian Broadcasting Corporation unveiled a disconcerting trend among the echelons of corporate power. In an era where the chasm between the haves and have-nots widens with each passing day, CEOs of large, market-dominant companies have been lining their pockets with substantial pay rises. This phenomenon, as elucidated by economist John Quiggin, is not merely a product of merit or market forces but a manifestation of the unchecked influence these executives wield over compensation committees. The study further correlates the surge in executive compensation with a decline in innovation and productivity, painting a grim picture of a corporate landscape where greed trumps growth. This revelation, part of a broader discourse on market dynamics and regulatory oversight, casts a shadow on the ethical foundations of corporate governance. Crossing geographical and thematic boundaries, Reuters' Breaking Views offered a glimpse into the future of Hong Kong, a city teetering on the edge of its past glory and an uncertain future. The bustling activity at Hong Kong International Airport, buoyed by events like the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series and the bank's inaugural Global Investment Summit, offered a fleeting sense of normalcy, a tantalizing hint of what the future could hold. Yet, beneath this veneer of vibrancy lies a reality marked by economic and political challenges. The Hang Seng Index's dramatic plunge and the scarcity of initial public offerings underscore the financial turmoil engulfing the city. Moreover, the specter of the strict national security law looms large, casting a pall over the city's once celebrated freedoms and causing unease among its executives. Amidst these trials, a subtle shift is occurring, with many Hong Kong residents finding solace and opportunity in mainland China, drawn by lower living costs and perhaps a sense of pragmatism. This migration, voluntary or otherwise, hints at a Hong Kong inching closer to China not just geographically but in spirit, navigating the tightrope between its cherished cosmopolitan identity and the pragmatic political realities of the day. From the hallowed halls of academia in Indiana to the corporate boardrooms across the globe, and the bustling streets of Hong Kong, these narratives weave a tapestry of our contemporary society. They reflect a world grappling with the demons of racism, corporate greed, and political upheaval, yet also hint at the resilience of communities and the enduring quest for inclusivity, equity, and identity. As these stories unfold, they invite us to reflect on our values and the kind of future we wish to forge in the face of adversity and change. Starting with a concerning incident involving Southern Methodist Mustangs wide receiver Theodore "Teddy" Knox, Yahoo US reports a multi-vehicle collision in Dallas that has led to serious legal repercussions. The crash, which occurred at the end of March, also involved Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice. Both athletes are now facing 8 felony charges, including 6 counts of collision involving bodily injury, 1 count of collision involving serious bodily injury, and 1 count of aggravated assault. Knox, who was behind the wheel of one of the two cars involved in the crash, both registered under Rice's name, has been suspended by SMU as the legal process unfolds. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of actions taken off the field and the heavy responsibilities that come with being in the public eye. Meanwhile, Texas Tech football is making waves with its latest player acquisitions, as reported by Yahoo US. Wide receivers Josh Kelly and Caleb Douglas have joined the ranks, bringing with them a wealth of experience and talent. Kelly, a 6'1", 197-pound sixth-year senior, comes to Texas Tech after stints at Fresno State and Washington State. His journey through college football has been marked by dedication and perseverance. On the other hand, Caleb Douglas, a 6'4", 206-pound junior, has chosen to transfer from Florida after 2 years. Despite a promising start, Douglas's tenure at Florida was cut short by a broken fibula in the 5th game of the season. Now, with 21 catches for 308 yards and 3 touchdowns under his belt, Douglas is ready to make his mark at Texas Tech. Both players' decisions to join Texas Tech highlight the dynamic nature of college football, where opportunities for growth and new beginnings abound. The stories of Teddy Knox, Andre Pope, Josh Kelly, and Caleb Douglas encapsulate the multifaceted world of college football, a world where talent and turmoil often intersect, where the pursuit of excellence on the field is matched by the complexities of life off it. As these individuals navigate their respective journeys, they remind us of the resilience, dedication, and constant evolution that define the spirit of the game. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.